So I took a walk today to my neighborhood's tiny library to exchange some books. It's about a mile walk there and back, not bad at all. And I was pleasantly surprised that I saw a handful of books in there that I did want to bring home with me, and I'm going to show those to you today. The first one being Favorite Scary Stories of American Children. And on the back it says, scary stories help children face fear and master it by portraying the elements of conflict in clear good versus evil terms, with good triumphant in the end. This appeals to the strong moral sense of children. And I love that. I love that so much. There's some really cool illustrations in here and stuff. I can just tell it's an old book about morals and facing your fears, and I just think that's lovely. I won't be reading it to my 2-year-old, but when she gets a little older, I definitely will be. I mean, I think the world could use a handful of strong, moral children out there, so I'll definitely be reading that to her. And the second book that I found was Speak. I have never read this before, but I've heard that there are some similar elements to Go Ask Alice, which I did read in high school just for funsies. I spent so much time growing up in my local library, and that was a book I really loved, and I know it's based off of true events of a real woman's journal, and I think that's really cool. And this has been compared to it in some ways, and so it's always been on my reading list, and it's well loved. There's some penciled in writings in here, and I just love seeing that. And then my final one is Perks of Being a Wallflower. I did read this one in high school just for funsies again. I relate to the main character, Charlie. I relate to the writer so much in some horrific ways. I'm sure if you heard a little bit about my story, you can only imagine. But yeah, I just think this is such a lovely book. It really made me feel a little less alone growing up in the type of household I grew up in. And there's a cute note in it that says, "Merry Christmas, Jillian. I love you, Mom and Dad, 2013. So cute. So yeah, that's what I found at my tiny library. If you have one near you, I encourage you to go check it out.